Like, hello. Is that better? Can everyone hear me now? You should be able to hear me now. How you all doing today? I thought I'd just jump on and have a little chat during. I wasn't on mute. It's just that settings were wrong. Either way, you should be able to hear me right now. I'm pretty certain you can hear me right now. Everyone, muted, mute. Can't hear you. No, it's okay. It's okay. I've sorted it. Don't worry. We're all good. I thought I'd just join to have a little chat about the 18s during the FA Youth Cup game. I'll probably only do the first half, by the way, because I want to just rest up before we do about 5 hours of streaming later on. But I still thought I'd say hello a little bit. The 18s are playing in the FA Youth Cup, which they won, of course, last season. It's weird, they only won it a few months ago, and they've already started the new one because of the way the season started. They're kind of cramping them all together. The game is live on Man City Plus, so you have to go and watch it on Man City Plus, which I think you can sign up for dirt cheap. It's like £1 or something like that. So that's where you can go and watch it if you want to. I think I had a little thing that told you why it was on at once, but we'll do. I want to say big up. One. There we go. That should be better. Sorry. Different channels, a different audio. We're all sorted again. It's fine. I realised I went to this screen, opposed to the other screen, and I fixed it now. I fixed it. We're all good. Happy 1 year anyway to Laviaand and everyone else. Big chance there, nearly. Delap causing trouble as always, as he always does. Delap is an absolute beast. But anyway, Laviaand, thank you so much, guys. Big love to him. Is everyone all right? Is everyone good? Sorry, what is this team? It's the under 18s, man. It's the under 18s. So on the team, we've got it's a good team as well. They've got a nice strong lineup out there, the under 18s. They've got Van Zass in goal, who's a signing from the summer. We've got Egan Riley playing at right back, captain the team. Usually a centre back, but he's playing at right back. And they've got the centre back pair, which has been really good for the EDS this season, despite their youthful years, of Finley Burns and Callum Doyle. Not related to Tommy Doyle, by the way. And we've got Larius, who I want to see more. I was looking forward to seeing this guy play because he's meant to be really exciting fullback, but he's had a couple of injuries, but he's barely played. But he's meant to be really exciting. I think he's a little Spanish fullback. Did we get him from Barca? I can't remember if we did or not. We've got Romeo Laviaand playing as the number 6. He's fantastic. It looks like I'm trying to work out where everyone's playing. Alexander Robertson's playing in midfield, definitely. McAtee, brilliant from McAtee. Oh. Decent little effort from McAtee as well. We've got a Dozy playing out wide, Delap through the middle. I think Bob's playing on the right with McAtee and Robertson in midfield. I'm pretty certain it's that. Either way, it's a pretty good team. It's a good team, man. It's a good team. Here's to another 12 months indeed, Laviaand. Buzzing for tonight, says Thomas. I'm looking forward to tonight as well. Looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. It feels like ages. What score's Chelsea now? I've not even looked. I've been too busy. I say been too busy. I have actually. I was setting up all the videos for later. I was doing some yoga as well. Me and Nick are trying to get healthy and all that. Oops, I've knocked the screen back. We're trying to get all in decent shape because we're getting married in a few months, yeah. So we've realised actually now, well, hopefully we can get married. Anyway, we've realised we actually have to start trying to take it all seriously, which is a shame. So I've not been watching Chelsea. I've been doing other stuff, live stuff. 4-2 is it? Bloody hell. West Brom. What are you saying? It's not a shame. I'm not ashamed. No, not at all. Just trying to get fit and healthy. I'm trying to get sexy, basically. Yeah. I want to be sexy, man. That's all I want to be. These are things you got to consider when you're 35. Chelsea getting beat 4-2. That's nice, isn't it? Ahead of the semi-final. West Brom winning. I'm going to have a look at the score right now. I'm going to look at my app, onto OneFootball, of course, to check the app. If you haven't downloaded OneFootball, go to one of the videos and do it. Sexy Calm Stegan. I think you meant Stephen there, unless you're just bigging up Barca's keeper. 4-2, man. That's crazy. Matthias Pereira with a brace. Callum Robertson. They're getting absolutely mothered there, aren't they? You got a red from Thiago. We are engaged, Harley. We just we just need to get actually married. We've been waiting. Weddings get cancelled and stuff. Your uncle's commentating. Nice. He's a good commentator. Nice for Mendoza. Nice for Mendoza. Should I do that thing where I pretend to? That's Paul from Sterling. What's door? What's Paul? Are you like 5 hours ahead of us or something like that? Oh, good save. I don't know. What's Sterling done? Why are you having to go at Sterling? We're not even playing right now. Milo brain time. I don't know what that means, so I'm not saying it out loud. Callum Dove, a long range effort, by the way. Opinions on Pep Striker's opinion. Pep says mad things. Pep says Foden's the best player he's ever worked with, don't forget. He's played with Messi, and with all due respect to Foden. I think Pep had an intention with that press conference to set an agenda, which was like Man City won't be ripped off this summer, which is right. It doesn't mean we're not interested in a striker. He actually said it may be difficult to sign a striker if that's the prices. So, of course, we're still after a striker. I also think the comment about Delap, by the way, was true, but also pointed. It was they basically saying, look, we don't need to spend loads and loads and loads of money on a striker because we've got Delap and we will use one of the best young strikers in world football if we can't afford a striker. But they still want him, but they're basically saying, look, we don't need him. We don't need another striker because we've got insane young talent. But I do honestly think... City... want to sign a striker. Oh, we've got a dad of a player in the comments, by the way, guys. John Van Sass. His son's playing in goal. Hello to John Van Sass. Nicola. One of the under-18s players' dads in the comments right now. Van Sass is a keeper we signed in the summer. His dad, John Van Sass. Can you not watch it on City Plus, mate? I've only just tuned in. We're doing well, but hello to an academy player's dad. I've been looking forward to seeing him, man. I've not been able to watch under-18s much this year, John, because unfortunately the games aren't shown. A lot of the EDS games are, but not the under-20, not the under-18s games are. But congrats to your son, man, on his big move. Hopefully it goes well for him. That's class. That's absolutely class. But so far he's had very little to do, and I'm sure whatever he'll have to do, he'll do it very, very well. But welcome to the stream, mate. You must be proud of your son. It's a big step. It's a big step for him, and I've got no doubt. He'll do really well. That's class, that. It's good to see you, mate. John, can you not watch it on Man City Plus? 'Cause I'm not sure if that's regionally locked or not, but if you go on Man City's website, it's only a couple of quid, so it's not too expensive, and it's on mancity.com/CityTV. That's so cool. So everyone be kind, because you got. I mean, this is one of those things where you got to remember to be kind, because the young players and their families and all that, they're reading these comments. Yeah, sorry, JG. I didn't get around to the match preview because I had a bit of a nightmare yesterday. I was working on some podcast for a games website, and it lasted about 5 hours instead of the hour I attended to. And by the time we got to it, I was knackered. Sorry? No, yeah, it genuinely lasted hours. I was editing something, it got distracted. So basically, I didn't get around to the preview, and this morning I've had stuff on as well. So sorry about that, guys, but the previews will be back soon. But I've done loads of videos recently anyway, so... But my preview, if you want my preview of the Leicester game, it's going to be difficult. Very difficult. They're a good side. I fear Kelechi. I think we should win, but I do fear Kelechi, and I do fear the focus. And we've got the focus because obviously got the Dortmund game coming up, but I think sure we'll be all right. Robertson and McAtee over this. Oh, free kick right into the keeper. I think Van Sass is Dutch. John will correct me. I'm pretty certain he is. I'm going to Google him right now. It's Mickey Van Sass, which is such a cool name. 17-year-old keeper that we signed. Where did we sign him from? We signed him from Ajax last summer. So it's been a tough first year for your lad, John, if you're watching still. A really tough first year. Not a great time to move to a new country, but fingers crossed you'll be able to get over and see him as well. So I don't know if you travelled or not, mate, but it must be difficult. Braff is playing. Sterling on Fraud Watch is a terrible name, by the way. Get behind your players. Don't be that guy. No one wants to. That's a terrible challenge there from Callum Doyle to give away a free kick. Yeah, imagine just signing from Ajax to Manchester City. Oh, Utrecht, not Ajax. I apologise, mate. I'm pretty certain I googled it. Oh, sorry. I don't know where I got that from. Oh, sorry, John. It was an article I quickly read, and it did say Utrecht, but I misread that. He said Ajax were interested apparently, so I misread it. I just saw the word Ajax and his name, so he signed from Utrecht. I apologise, John. My knowledge is usually exemplary with these things, but it's been a difficult year in my defence. A very difficult year. Ajax wanted him as well. There you go, John. So I knew I'd read something. When I searched Mickey Van Sass Manchester City, there's an article that said Dutch Giants Ajax, and I skim read it, and I got distracted. The future Edison. That would be nice, wouldn't it, Harley? Braff is playing, those interesting. Let's see how he gets on for Udinese. He needs to get some games. But Delap stuff, by the way, is interesting. I think Manchester City do have serious plans with Delap because he's a quality footballer, like genuinely a brilliant footballer. He's fantastic. I've got absolutely no doubts whatsoever that he's going to the top. Personally, not everyone agrees with that, but I honestly think he's going to the top. He's a fantastic footballer, absolutely loads of ability. Loads of ability. Don't sleep on this kid. Trafford's played a mixture of the under 18s and 23s, I think, Harley, for what I can tell. Everyone can watch this on Man City Plus. Good on you, John. Like, John, if you tell your son Mickey, John, if he wants to get some big Man City fan points, tell him to come out and say, "I rejected United. Man City are better." Yeah, that's and you did do that, so that's how you win some favour. Just tweet something about United. Didn't want them. Only just tweet something about Manchester being blue, and that'll get us. That'll get them on the good side. I tell you what, if you want me to run his social accounts, he'll be the most popular Manchester City player ever existed. I'll be supporting him. That is Dad, yeah. Go on, Oscar Bob. Oh, Oscar Bob, the brilliantly named Bob. Lovely little drinking run, cutting him from the right hand side, and keeper saved well at near post. Go on, John. Big Buckers, what level do I think is realistic for Delap? Honestly, the level, the sky is the limit. I genuinely think this kid, this is, and do you know what? John will know this guy. John will know who I'm referring to here. But there's a head, John, his name's actually just gone from my, there's a head scout, or a head academy scout, by the first name of Joe. And I was chatting to him once. John will know who I'm referring to, possibly. Who signed the likes of Sancho and so on. And when they signed Haaland, they were Delap. They were exceptionally cited, and they said they feel like he has a Haaland-esque profile. They feel like he could go right to the very top of the game, and I share those beliefs as well. I'm not sure you can reach Haaland's level because obviously that's very difficult, but you never know, of course. But I do believe Delap is that good. Joe Shields. Joe Shields is the guy, by the way, I'm referring to. He won't mind me saying. I chat to him all the time. He's a good bloke, Joe. Go on, lads. But yeah, he was saying he feels that they're very excited about Delap, basically. Very excited by him. And his goal record for the under-23s this season is that good. Everyone wants to know how to watch. Please don't spam, by the way, for everyone else. But it's Man City Plus. That's why I'm watching. I need to put a little note on screen to say that. Game live on Man City Plus. There we go. I'm going to put a little note up so everyone knows what's going on, because I don't get asked a billion times. Little note will be on screen any second now. I'm just editing it because otherwise I'm going to be... I can ignore every question about it then. City Plus. Let me just do a little bit of live editing right now. This is the magic of how these things happen. But this under 18 side, by the way, is fantastic. I really, really, really rate them. There we go. Let's drop this down a little bit. There's no magic to this, as you can see, unfortunately. I just need to move it up a little bit, like to there. There we go. This is confusing. It's in the wrong place. One second. So people will stop asking me then. But I really like this city. This U team are fantastic. Genuinely, they're fantastic. They've got so much ability. And Mickey's joined a very, very exciting team. There we go. 5-2. 5-2. Unbelievable. Oh, that's a shame, John, unfortunately. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Must be some license reasons. I wish I could share it to you, John, but unfortunately, you'll have to watch back. But I'll let you know how he's doing. 5-2 Chelsea. That's back down to reality for Tuchel, isn't it? Is Bob good? Big Chikorito. He's one of many very talented players. To be honest, Bob would be playing regularly for the under-23s if it wasn't for Cole Palmer, who's also fantastic. Because Bob is very good, but he's just slightly hampered by the fact that on the right, where Bob often plays these days, Cole Palmer's there, and Cole Palmer is fantastic, absolutely brilliant. But so is Bob. Bob's really good as well. He likes playing as a number 10 as well, which is not a position that everyone gets these days, but he plays on the... Oh, what a ball. That's beautiful ball. See, that was Delap, but basically Delap just dropped deep and played the delightful through ball to McAtee. That's the kind of stuff that will really impress Pep, by the way. Genuinely, like you put it on a sixpence for him. John Van Sast, Lewis Gillis just said maybe use a VPN and you should be able to work fine. Which a VPN, of course, it protects your IP address so there's nothing regional locked. So that's a good idea, actually. Maybe a VPN's a good idea. Big Bookers, I couldn't tell you an opinion on Sajay because I've not been able to watch him. The under-18s games are never shown anywhere, so I've only seen the odd clip, but I've not watched his overall game. He seems a finisher, but that's one of the disappointment things for the last year for me. Every August, it's great fun because you go and watch the under-18s live and you get to see all the new next generation of players coming through. And it's really good fun. You get to watch them. But this year, of course, everything's behind closed doors and you can't go to the games. So I've not been able to see any of the under-18s, which is a bit of a shame because I do love watching the under-18s play. It's good fun catching the new team. So I couldn't tell you about Borges and all that. Go on, Liam. Oh. But yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't tell you too much. I've seen a lot of Alexander Robinson, though, so I know what he's like. MCFC TJ, mate. I'm going to call you TJ from now on, by the way, mate, because obviously we interact with each other on Twitter a lot. I'm just going to call you TJ. I reckon, hopefully, I do think August. I'm hoping. If the fans are back in the stadium, there's no reason why they'll close the academy. I'm hoping they won't be able to. The thing is, the games are always behind closed doors anyway, but they let fans in, which was quite nice, and I love doing it. Oh, unlucky. McAtee's touch let him down there a little bit from Adozzi's pass. He would have been through on goal. But yeah, I'm hoping for next season. That would be wonderful to see. Top 3 strikers I want, Ethan, this window at Haaland. Look, to be honest, what I will say is that unless there's an actual stinker on the list, and I don't think there ever is really, I'm relatively comfortable whoever Manchester City sign. And I know that sounds really naive, but well, not naive. It sounds simple. It's not naive. If anything, it's the opposite of naive. Because we usually get it right. Look at all the signings we make, and how often do Manchester City genuinely make big mistakes? We just don't. Cancelo, Rodri have now settled, been absolutely fantastic. You know, all these players that we question eventually come good. Ruben Diaz has been brilliant despite being third on the list behind Koulibaly and Koundé. So I trust whoever we will sign will do well and be very good. Go on, Liam. Delap's looking really good here, by the way. He's overdone it a bit there, but he's looking good. But obviously Haaland is the number one. Kane would be sensational. I don't even like Kane as a person, but he'd be sensational. Can't deny that. I'd love to see Lukaku just because I think it'd be really funny watching him be brilliant. But that's not going to happen. I'd be fine with any of him. I would be fine with Nunez because I think he'd be surprised people. But then having said that, is he going to be better than Delap, which is crazy. We don't even know that because he's only young as well. I'd be very happy with Patson Daka because I'm sure he'd turn into a star. I'm pretty chill, man. I'm pretty chill. I'm relaxed to see how it goes. I'm sure. I don't know much about Andre Silva, so I haven't watched him much. I couldn't tell you a strong opinion on him really, but I'm sure he's a good player. I'm sure he'd be fine. Lewandowski's brilliant, but obviously he's going nowhere. Tintin. He's at the wrong end of the wrong age, end of the age spectrum. Callum Doyle looks fantastic, by the way. I really like Callum Doyle. I love the way he bursts out of defence. He looks well confident these days, Callum Doyle. This is not Tommy Doyle, by the way. It's literally on screen, Cole. It says it on screen. I'm not answering any more questions about where we can watch the game. Maybe you're right about Lautaro there, mate. We'll see. Ings is underwhelming. I can't deny that. It is underwhelming. I would just kind of... what it's worth, when I was chatting to Asan on the videos, I said this, and I do believe this is true. If Ings came to Manchester City, I've got no doubt whatsoever that he would score a bunch of goals. Of course he would. He's in a Manchester City side that creates chances for fun. So he would do. I mean, it is underwhelming as a transfer, but once again, he would probably end up scoring 25 to 30 goals if he stayed fit and played regularly. So, but it's not what I want to see, obviously, because it's a bit of an underwhelming transfer. You want a superstar, don't you? But Joe Guardiola turned around and said, next season, I am not going to sign a striker, and I'm going to trust in Liam Delap because he's the one. I would be like, okay, but that's exciting, terrifying, but exciting, because I do think sometimes you have to kind of, I mean, it'd be a brave and brilliant leap of faith. He's not going to do that for what it's worth. I do think the idea of Delap staying around and training with the first team next season is fantastic, but we'll see. Delap is not better than Jesus says. I think that's a simplification. He might be one day, but as much as I love Delap, you've got to bear in mind Jesus' overall involvement is fantastic. His link-up play, his work rate, his awareness of those around him is. Delap could exceed him, but right now it's we're comparing a kid with an established international forward. So you got to be realistic about these things. I watched enough academy football to know the leap between the two is huge. And I've got no doubt Delap can make that leap, but right now it's not fair to say to anyone. And also, he doesn't accomplish anything either. Lemaitra's on loan as Lucas Lemaitre. Oh, Nicholas made me look at this. Nicholas made me a little salad. How cute is that? What's going on there? Nicholas made me a salad. I might shoot off at half time. That looks massive from here, doesn't it? It's not. It's only a saucer. But Lemaitra's on loan at Anderlecht. He won't stay. I don't think. I think he'll go. We'll sell him in the summer, or he'll go on loan again. Probably be sold in the summer, I think. And Felix is probably going to go as well on the free transfer, I reckon. Felix Lemaitre is a very talented player, but there's always something about Felix Lemaitre. He always seems to drift through games a little bit, and he's never involved enough. I think we allegedly have a buyback on Iheanacho DJN. I don't think we're going to use it, but we inevitably do. Go on, Liam. Liam Delap looking really good here. Lovely little run to create space for McAtee. Felix is similar to Pogba in my opinion. Do you know what? I get what you're referring to there, actually, TJ. He has that immense ability. I agree, but he could do really well somewhere else. But I don't feel like he's ever going to be trusted by Guardiola. Felix, he's a really talented footballer. Don't get me wrong, very naturally gifted. It's just something about him. It just feels a little bit distant when he's on the pitch, and he feels like he's lacking a little bit of bite or aggression to his game. Don't get me wrong, immensely talented, but it's just something you can't place. Whereas, I don't know, someone like McAtee or Cole Palmer, just as gifted, they feel like they're more involved in the game, and I think that sometimes lets him down a little bit. Felix, still, what a talented footballer. He'll have a good career, I'm sure. Laurie, I didn't get around to doing a match preview. I apologise. I just had a genuinely insane day yesterday. It was a bank holiday, and I couldn't do any more videos without forcing Nicola out the room. I was just too tired yesterday. I had loads on, not just video football stuff as well. Big Bookers, to be honest, I think if we do sign a big striker, for me, Delap being around the first team, it's interesting because when will you play football? Another season under 23s. Like, say for example, we sign Haaland. When does Delap play? You know, he's not going to play Delap ahead of Jesus, is he, as a backup striker? So when does Delap play? That's the thing I can't really imagine. It seems off to me. It seems strange. If he stays in the first team next year, but maybe he does, man. Maybe they decide to use him exclusively ahead of Jesus as a striker. I can't see that personally. But Jesus might just stay on the wing. Who knows? But then that means Foden's out of the team. So, you know, something's got to give somewhere. So it's one of those things where they say you can't have your cake and eat it. You know, you have got the cake or not got the cake. Rohan, I don't know, Rohan. Rohan with a super chat saying, "How did Chelsea do so bad against West Brom?" Mate, I wasn't watching, so I couldn't tell you the answer to that. I've been doing stuff, so I don't know. They obviously absolutely messed up, which is hilarious. It's good timing for us. I'm hoping that'll strip some of their confidence ahead of obviously the semi-final. But yeah, it was a stinker for them, and long may it continue. Their first real bad game, I guess, under Tuchel, I guess. I don't know who's going to sign in the summer. I've always said, like, I do think Manchester City are in for Haaland, and I do think it's possible. I'm very cynical in the politest way possible. I do think it feels hard to get, and given it makes so much sense, that's why I think it will happen, because Man City are awkward. So, as Haaland makes sense in every sense of the word, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Quality player, though, and I take it. Either way, I'd suspect our starting striker next season initially will be Jesus, and then whoever we sign. Who knows who we're going to sign? Who knows? Let's just wait until the end of the season. I don't think we've got a clear picture yet, by the way. My honest opinion, it's too hard to read the room at the moment because the room's a mess. Raiola and Haaland's dad, Alfie, are still clearly in the sounding out stage where they're still clearly speaking to clubs. And we haven't seen anything leaked to the press yet other than speculation. Like, I don't feel like... Sometimes you get a feel for when like rumours have a little bit more substance to them. And I don't think we've seen anything yet strong. We've seen a lot of speculation from English press, from Spanish press, from German press. It all contradicts each other, so it's a bit of a noisy mess at the moment. But we'll know. We'll know by the end of the season. We'll know. I'm liking Delap dropping deep, by the way, on the 18s. I'm enjoying it. Delap's dropping deep quite a lot. Delap really involved. Genuinely. Harris, I couldn't give a shit about Stones' mistake for England. That doesn't matter. I forget about the mistake for Stones. It's only one mistake, man. It doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. It happens. He won't care less. As soon as he's back at Manchester City, he'll forget about it. Diaz won't care. Everyone will treat him normally. He won't give a shit. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. All right, Karen Allman. All right, honey. Only Nicola gets to call me that. But I'm all right. How you doing, babe? You all right? If another person asks, like, read the screen. Stop asking where it is. It says it on screen. Yeah, I want to see Borges as well. I want to see. I want to be able to watch him for once. I might only do about an hour of this game because I want to eat my dinner. Because I've obviously got the stream later on in a couple of hours for the first team. Decent chance there for Everton. Decent chance. Harry Lavia has been what he always is: composed, calm, collected on the ball. He's a fantastic player, Romeo Lavia. Genuinely one that I think also has. You watch a player sometimes, a young player, and this has got. I've been watching the academy sides, I would say, very regularly now. Lovely football once again from Delap. Was it from Delap? I've been watching the academy side, I would say, regularly now for about 6 years. And you see a lot of youth players, and I'm not obviously an expert on these things, but I've watched enough of the youth team now to get my expectations kind of in check. Who was it that run then? Was it McAtee? It was a lovely run from McAtee. But you basically look, you see some young players, and you start to realise when a player's got a little bit of something, like they have a touch that belies their youthful years. And Romeo Laviaand is one of those players that immediately stands out because of his composure, his awareness. That spatial awareness seems. You kind of players have it or they don't. I don't know why, but they, But Romeo Laviaand looks like he's got all the time in the world. I mean, even when he was playing the Checkatrade Trophy against senior footballers, I know they're obviously like reserve footballers at League 1-2 level, but they're adults and they're wily and experienced. He was drifting and turning away from them then as well. He keeps it very simple. He can pass really crisply. He's a very natural passer. He's just a very good footballer, really good footballer, Romeo, and I like him a lot. He's got a lot of talent. This has been a decent half. I mean, Everton have had the odd snapshot, but City, I would say, been the better team so far. Larius whipping it in. Happy Easter, Father. Hello, Darren. Hello to Dupe as well. He said hello there. It's a literally. TJ, who's the youth player who you've watched that hasn't lived up to their potential as much as you expected them to, if there are any? Brandon Barker is easy. There was a whole generation of under-18s that some didn't quite make it through bad luck, and some few injuries, to be honest. It was bad luck, I guess it's the same. There was a few under-18s in the team that we got to a final, which there was a team that had Angelino, Adebayo, Cameron Humphreys, and Pablo Maffeo as the back four, which just was brilliant at that level. Then we had Kean Bryan often holding as a midfielder. Then we had ahead of them Denzel Boadu and Bur Santolina quite a lot, and both were fantastic. Brandon Barker, Thierry Ambrose, and Aaron Nemain. That team was really, really fun with loads of other players like Paulo Fernandes. And Brandon Barker, I thought, was exceptionally gifted, but he didn't have it between the ears. So naturally talented. Pablo Maffeo let me down as well because I'm convinced he had. I mean, we saw his level at Girona. He was brilliant at Girona. Maffeo, I don't know what happened there, but the move to Stuttgart didn't go well at all for him. Maffeo really was a bit of a letdown. Denzel Boadu was brilliant, but he had 2 years of horrible injuries, including a really bad ankle injury and infections on his ankle and stuff like that. Boadu was a brilliant player, but unfortunately it didn't happen for him. He reminded me an awful lot when he got a little bit of Barkley, but a little bit more technically gifted, to more composure on the ball, the way he drove past people. He was so good. Thierry Ambrose as well was fantastic at one point. I remember Ambrose had just made the bench under Pellegrini, and he was scoring and being brilliant, pacey and alive. Genuinely fantastic player. Then once again, injuries, and he just lost. He lost his confidence, so he's disappointing. And to be honest, one of the ones that got away or didn't quite develop, and I feel like there's reasons for this. He's doing well now, by the way, but I always felt Brahim could have been a little bit more special, and he might still get there, Brahim Diaz. My theory on Brahim Diaz is why he hasn't quite reached the level. I feel like there's physicality reasons. Brahim, I feel like he's a little bit too small, or a little bit. He either needed to be a tad faster to get away from people to reach the real. He's at Milan doing well, Brahim Diaz. He might go on to prove me wrong here, but I'm still not convinced he'll ever be world class, because I feel like he'll be very good, but just below that world class level. And I feel like he could have been, because he was a special young talent, Brahim Diaz, but I've watched him play, and I still watch him quite a lot. And he spent an awful lot of time on the floor, not because he's not good enough or weak or anything like that. It's because he's only like 5'5", and they're leaning on him, and they're always when they're leaning on the back of him, they're on his shoulders, so they just push him down as opposed to being at the centre of his back, 2 inches out. I feel like Brahim, if he was a bit faster so he could get away, or a little bit taller, so he's got a decent pace, a little bit taller so it didn't matter. Brahim, I've always felt like was one that got away because he was so close, I think. And he still might prove me wrong, but Brahim has always been a little bit of... I feel like he could have been fantastic. And he might still be, but I feel like he could have been fantastic for Manchester City. Elsewhere, obviously, we all know what happened with Sancho. That's a big shame because I feel like Sancho could have been brilliant for Man City. If we hadn't maybe chased Sanchez the year before, that might have sent the right message for him. Adebayo, I still think will reach a high level. I still think he will do. I think he'll find... not sure how it'll be, but he'll reach a good level. I think he's impressed with Fulham. I knew he would do, always as well. But there's always young talents that you think have got loads of ability that don't quite make it. Burst Antolina, I thought would... I don't think he'd ever reach Man City. I thought he'd be playing for like... and he still might get there, but I thought he'd be playing for like a good German team, like a Mönchengladbach or something like that, Burst Antolina. I think he's playing for Dijon over in Ligue 1 at the moment, but I feel like he's got a lot of ability, Selina, but he's never quite found consistency as well. But to be honest, a lot of players... It's tough for them. It's tough to make that step up. There's so much expectation. Go on, Larius. Lovely little run from Larius. WNA, Vapes, yeah, that's nonsense. It's very revisionary. Kelechi, I love Kelechi, but Jesus has been a good signing. People act like Jesus. People are so short term. Jesus cost like 28 million, and we sold him now. We'd get at least double of that for him. Palmer's too old, Scully Kelly. I think he's too old for this competition. I think. So is Tommy Doyle. I think. I'm pretty certain he's too old. Claudio Gomez is alright. He's a decent little footballer, but he's going to leave in the summer almost certainly. Romeo Laviaand is already better. He's about 3 years younger. So Joe Hodge seems good. Kian, he's gone on loan to is it Derry, which is an interesting one. He had a couple of injuries as well, but I really like Joe Hodge. Good player. Michael Hamilton, I've not seen much because he's the under-18s you can't watch, so I couldn't comment on Michael Hamilton. I know he's highly rated, but I couldn't comment on his ability because I've not seen him play, so... That's the difficult thing this year. It's hard to keep track of the under-18s other than just stats and scores because the games aren't shown anywhere and we can't go and watch anymore. Usually, it's one of my favourite times of the year to go and watch the new generation, see how they get on and get excited by a whole bunch of new talents. But that's life. That's life. At least we'll be able to watch him next season. Yeah, he's had a lot of unfortunate injuries, Joe Hodge. He seems a really talented player. Like, they loved him for Ireland under 19s. He was like one of their better players. Frankfurt have scored. What's the relevance of that? I don't really know. Why are we bothered about Frankfurt scoring? Genuinely, I mean that in the nicest possible way. Oh, is it because Dortmund? Okay. I didn't know they were playing Dortmund today. I've not been following. That's obviously a potential. Yeah, we needed to win that, don't we? To knock back. Oh, yeah, if they win this today, Frankfurt, that means they're 7 points clear with only 7-point games left to play. So that'll be interesting. Come on, Frankfurt. Delap's playing well this up. He's playing good. And I am watching on City Plus. Yes, Nico. It's working fine for me, mate. Working fine. Maybe maybe this game, unfortunately, is regionally locked. Oh, they're through on goal here. No, they're not. Van Sass had that covered anyway. Yeah, TJ, honestly, Hodge was seen as a really good talent. All the coaches were very excited by him, but it's just... he's just had such a bad time with injuries. Like, really tidy footballer. There was a lad as well who was also one that I felt got away a little bit. Talking with academy players I expected a bit more of, and rightfully so, because in his first season as an under 18, so he's under 17 because he was a first year scholar. Jacob Davenport was absolutely fantastic and won Academy Player of the Season. He was sat behind Phil Foden and Matt Smith and Sancho in that team with Brahim as well. And Jacob Davenport was brilliant, such a tidy footballer. And he got loads of injuries. He signed for Blackburn. He went on loads of Burton, did really well in the Championship. Signed for Blackburn, he's had loads of injuries, but he's such a tidy footballer. I thought Davenport would have a good career, but he still might do, but he's just had so many unfortunate injuries. There's loads of players like that. We've had loads of players from the Academy who've got loads and loads of injuries, and it's kind of set back their career. Likewise, Kean Bryan. I know he's at Sheffield United now in the Premier League, but he went on loan to Oldham initially and did so well there that everyone wanted him. But once again, injuries and injuries and injuries. I do remember McNeil. He's doing well, Owen. McNeil's doing very well at United. United fan, though. You win some, you lose some, don't you, eh? I tell you who ruined his career. Bobby Duncan. The ego in that young lad. Bobby Duncan seems like a... yeah, he always seemed a bit funny. It's no little half time. To be honest, guys, I'm going to leave it there because I'll chat to you later. I just wanted to jump on for a little bit. It's good chatting to you all, though. I'm going to go watch the second half and eat my dinner at the same time, but I'll catch you at about 5 o'clock for the actual game. So I'll catch you then. I'm going to leave it there because I want to have a chat for a little bit. But I'm going to eat my dinner because Nico's putting it next to me. I can smell it. It smells lovely. So I'm going to go. I'll catch you all in a bit, though. I'll see you at 5 o'clock, all right? Be there. Be square. See you in a bit, guys. Bye-bye.